This, of course, now brings us to segment number 3, which, of course, is also the final one. Now, as you can see, we're basically starting off exactly where we left off in segment number 2. As you see, we have our rebuilding of our mind. It's much more stable, it's more structured, and of course, we have the pieces jutting out the side, just like we've always had. So now we also have to figure out what to do. Because now these new pieces, they're going to put us right back where we started from, right? It's pretty obvious. As I said, it's all the process of the mind that's uncontrolled. However, the great thing is, after the initial traumatic destruction and recreation, we gain an element of control over it. We all have now learned how to restructure our minds, how to think the thoughts and put everything into perspective. And what that allows us to do is to take those end pieces and let them crumble and simply rebuild them and incorporate them right on into the new stuff. As the pictorial model just demonstrated, we just simply take those pieces and keep building with them. We keep everything in perspective. That's the key element. Is that as we continue growing and evolving, we take all those new thoughts and once in a while we reevaluate. And of course, because everything is stable, if it falls down, it's not moving or going anywhere. It just stays in its nice, neat little pile, and the pieces that don't, we just pick up and keep moving forward with them. We just keep building. And of course, as our pictorial model demonstrates, we just keep building. And as our pictorial model also demonstrates, as we keep building, we're slowly but surely putting all of those pieces that were part of our original unstable mindset and rebuilding them. They're all still there. Everything just keeps adding together. With all the new stuff, the old stuff, it just keeps going. However you decide they should go. You're in charge of your own mind at this point. And it allows us to keep building until finally we have all of those original pieces ordered and structured as we want, as our pictorial model now shows. Now that all those old mindsets and ideas and philosophies are rebuilt as we want, it's important to stop for a moment and look at what our pictorial model says that you might not have realized. If you're adventurous, you can take the time to count any single color of block that you see. And look back at the last model that we showed in part 1 before the green took over and count the same exact color. Every single last block, except for the purple, which were added in later, is all there. Every single last piece. There is not one of those blocks that's missing. And that is important to realize, because really, that's what we're most afraid of, is that we're going to lose ourselves. And as our pictorial model clearly demonstrates, if you want to do the counting, we don't lose anything. At the end of the day, every last piece is still there. What's not there are the issues and justifications that we need. The pieces that are left, we decided what to do with them. We took control of our life and said we want them this way. This is the structure that we want our mind to follow. Every single piece is in perspective. Every single piece is accounted for. Literally, if you want to count again and again, every single color, the black, the yellow, the red, the blue, they are all there. Not one single block is missing. And I did that to prove a point, that no matter what you do, you don't lose anything. And the key, most important element of it all is at the end of the day, you get to rebuild however makes you happy. That's right, my mind snack food craving friends. At the end of the day, you get to rebuild however makes you happy, as Mr. Happy here clearly demonstrates. Now, it's important to stop and look beyond our simple pictorial model. It's just a simple version. The point is, you don't have to build in that exact structure. The point that I was trying to get across is you get to build however you want. If you want to think of your mind as this great thing with, whatever. You want to build a Taj Mahal recreation in your mind, or the Leaning Tower of Pisa out of your thought processes, It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What matters is that it's all under your control, and more importantly, there's no issues, there's no justifications, and at the end of the day, all the irrational, unrealistic, unimportant fear is gone. Real fear is very different than the fear of what if. What if feels so powerful because of those issues and justifications. It itself isn't a powerful fear, but you put it in the right setting and you arm it properly, it becomes very powerful. And the reality that I've tried to show with our little pictorial demonstration is that you have the options to control it. Even though there is a tremendous amount of fear in letting go, to let go opens a door that will not happen any other way. And no matter what you do, you don't lose anything. In point of fact, you gain a tremendous amount. You gain back all those resources, all that energy, all that wasted, whatever you want to call it, that you needed to justify your life. And in the end, you get to live the life you choose to live, however you choose to live it. And I don't care who you are, that's the greatest gift, in my personal opinion, that life has to offer. There's no bigger. And now hopefully you'll understand why we started with lesson number 1 and saw the progression to this point. And of course, that also opens up a door to another lesson. Remember lesson number 1, the simple, fundamental reality that I am the center of the universe. Right? The thing is, you have to realize, lesson number 2, when you look at it, look at a newborn baby. What is the one thing everyone teaches that newborn? You are the center of the universe, right? Everything we do, we dote on them. We go after them. Everything they need, every coup, everything, it's just we're there. It's the way it's supposed to be, folks. This isn't some dysfunction. This is the way it's meant to be. But as I hope that all of this shows, we don't have to subject ourselves to being the center of the universe. That doesn't have to be the center of who we are. As the reverse pyramid version of our mindset clearly showed, every single last thing was built on lesson number 1, that I am the center of the universe. In rebuilding, that lesson just becomes part of. It doesn't become the defining part. And that means, again, we don't have to live our lives as if all of the universe is expecting us to live a certain way. That the entire weight of problems of the entire galaxy rests on our shoulders. We can simply live our lives. And really, it also allows us to learn what exactly that means. Because this idea that, you are the center of the universe is the single most destructive thing you can imagine. Choosing how you live your life is the single most beneficial you can imagine. And no matter what I say, you're not going to understand until you do. So hopefully this will give you an opportunity to be willing to trust yourself and allow your world to perhaps alter once in a while. And, of course, most importantly, to realize that you are not doomed by your past. Your past is there. It's a part of who you are. But it doesn't have to be your future. Your future can be whatever you decide it to be. Just like Mr. Blockface there, you too can be happy if you choose to. It just means you have to do a little bit of work. And don't for a second think you're in it alone. Find other people. This group, hopefully, talk to the other people there. Comment freely. Share your experience, your ideas, your thoughts, because they'll help you and they'll help them. And they in turn will help you. And it benefits everybody. So, best of luck in your own journey. I hope this helped.